Hey there, hockey players. It's Coach Matt here with another edition of the Whiteboard, where we go over some of the general concepts and things we want to focus on and work on. Today, I would like to focus on the position and responsibilities of our defensemen when we're in the offensive zone. So in this scenario, we are the purple team here. These would be our defensemen up near the blue line. This is our offensive zone since we're attacking there. This would be our goalie back here, and so this would be our defensive zone. Here's our direction of attack. So again, what I want to talk about is what our defense should be doing here when we're attacking in their zone. I've seen it kind of early on, 8U, 10U, even in 12U sometimes. There's a tendency for these defense to really want to stay back here on the blue line. And that's not what we want to see. Okay, the key thing to think about when you're back here is you're the last guys back. Okay, so you should try to have everybody in front of you and be reading the situation that's in front of you. Sometimes you can attack, sometimes you need to back off, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. But defense, I want to see you between the top of the circles and the blue line. Okay, and you're going to move in between that depending on where the play is. If all the play is down here, they're kind of crashed down low. That's not great position for them to come out. But in this case, you don't need to be way up here because look at all this space that it creates. Okay, this gives them more opportunities to break out. If they dish it up the boards, this guy's here and you're way back here, that gives that forward plenty of time to get their head up and try to make a play. This guy can get up to speed and start streaking through. So when the puck is down deep like this, defense, it's okay for you to creep in a bit. Okay, you still have everybody in front of you. You can still see the play. Okay, and you're prepared and trying to anticipate what they're going to be doing trying to come out of the zone. Okay, so oftentimes they'll have a winger up here, right, who's getting ready to come out, right? And we're going to talk about pinching. And what I mean by pinching is the time when this strong side defenseman can go in and attack. Sometimes that's the right place, sometimes you have to back off. Okay, if they're all down low and we come in here, we can see everybody in front of us, nobody's in danger of sneaking by. We're going to move up a little bit and we're probably going to keep an eye on this forward right here. Hopefully we have kind of our standard two guys attacking the puck. We've got our third man high. We're very well covered in this situation if they chip the puck up the boards. Okay, so let's say they do that. Let's say the defenseman, he's in this battle here, he reams it up the boards, and now this forward has the puck. Okay, this is an opportunity to pinch. This would be a time where I want you to pinch. You've got the numbers, okay, it's at least even number. Even if this forward's up here and this forward's here, your partner's got this guy, your third guy high, is able to cover this guy. This is absolutely a time that we want to pinch. And we want to be as aggressive as we can on our blue line. We don't want to let them out. We want to keep that puck in. The second they get that puck out, 1 inch over the blue line, what happens? Everybody's got to come out because we're offsides. Okay, so this, when you've got the numbers, this would be a very good time to pinch. When you may not want to pinch, okay, let's say this forward gets caught down low in front of the net. Now we're in sort of a 3-on-2 situation here, right? So this would be a time where you read that play and you may want to start to back off because now they potentially have a 2-on-1 coming out of the zone. Okay, so you would want to kind of slip in here, try to keep him to the outside as much as possible. Your weak side defenseman is going to be pulling out to help you out. Okay, so let's reset here, get it back, get the puck back down low, and talk about what this weak side defenseman's responsibility is. Okay, strong side defenseman is going to do whatever he or she can to try and hold that puck in if we have numbers, and know that you have your weak side defenseman, your partner is going to be able to back off in this case. Okay, again, when the puck is down low like this, all right, and let's say these guys are caught down low, look at this space here. This is a prime scoring spot, all right? So I want you to jump in there and potentially be an option. In case this forward wins the battle here, it's a big cluster in front of the net. He's got nobody to pass to. He can wheel out here and look at you. You're wide open here in the high slot. If you're way back here, that's a little bit tougher pass to make. But if you're in a good, and you're not in as good of a shooting position, right? So if you can crunch down a little bit, again, you still got everybody in front of you. You know where your players are. You know where their players are. We always got to be thinking back on defense. That's a thinking man's position or thinking woman's position. Okay? But yes, in this case, this forward gets it. It's got you as an option, and you're in a very good place to score there. Okay? But in general, as the weak side defenseman, you're keeping an eye on the play. You know, if they're smart, they may have a forward drifting up here. That's his defensive responsibility, right? He's supposed to be covering you. So you're probably going to have someone up with you, but you have to keep an eye on them, and then also keep an eye on the situation over here. Again, in this situation where it's essentially a 2-on-2, that's a good time for your partner to pinch, and then you've got to cover this and potentially back off if this forward starts to come out. Okay, because we don't want them. What we don't want is for this guy to slip out. This guy gets the puck, even though it's a good time to pinch. All he has to do is boom off the boards. He's out, and they're on a breakaway, right? So another thing to think about when you're pinching there is you have to somehow disrupt this forward. Okay, let's say you're a little bit high. He's coming out. All right. It's very easy for that forward to just kind of chip it off the board softly and then wheel around you this way, right? So when you go in to pinch, okay, you have to employ our kind of typical one-on-one mentality where we're watching the body. You know, we have to disrupt this guy. When we can hit, this is a very good place to you know, throw a body and get him into the boards. We can't quite do that yet, but there are ways with good angling and good body position you can at least disrupt him. And so even if they do chip it off, there's really no play there. Hopefully, again, our third guy high is coming. Our partner is back here covering this guy if he's snuck out of the zone. And then our forwards are back checking hard. And as long as you slow that guy down, they're not going to really get a good play developing there. Okay, so again, just to reiterate, I don't want you defensemen hanging out way up here at the blue line. It just opens up way too much space. Okay, if this guy can chip it through, now they've got all this room to come out. All right, but in this same situation, and if our forward is high here, and we're in a better position here, and we're anticipating this pass, and we can get right on this guy, okay, we can stop this from happening and essentially stifle them in their own zone. They're going to get very frustrated. They're going to get tired. And that's when pucks go in the net. Okay. Now, one other thing I want to touch on is when you have these battles down low, all right, and let's even say we're outnumbering this guy here, what's he going to do? All right, if he gets the puck and he's got his back and he's protecting it pretty well, let's say we've got a forward pretty well covering this winger, so that's not an option. He's going to rim it around the boards, right? Okay. So if this is something that they are ready for and aware of, this winger is going to recognize that. He's going to get over here. He can rim it around. And essentially he's got all this open ice. So as the weak side defenseman, excuse me, yes, you've got to be worried about getting out and protecting your partner if he's going to move in and pinch. But you also have to be prepared for this play, because this forward's likely going to be in a similar spot to you, and you can race them to the puck. All right, you see that coming and you attack immediately. Okay, rims it around. Okay, and if our forwards are doing their job, we should have somebody high who can help, you know, to back you up in case they have a forward coming out here. Okay, they essentially become kind of like that weak side defenseman where they're helping out your partners, realizing that it's going to the other side of the ice and is going to wheel back to try and help out with that as well. But that's another critical time where we have a very good opportunity to try and keep it in the zone if we're aware. Okay, again, you have to be able to read the play and anticipate what's going to happen. So if there's a battle down low, you see this winger start to drift off, they rim it around the boards here, we're attacking them right away. Okay, so again, just to summarize, the big takeaways here is I don't want you just hanging out way back here on the blue line. And if this guy gets the puck here, I don't want you backing way off if you have numbers, okay? This is essentially a 2-on-2 situation, all right? You're giving them too much room to come out. Okay, if you've got the numbers and you're comfortable, that's a time to pinch in, attack, try to hold that in. You're covered here. Your weak side defenseman's got this guy. We've got our third guy high coming to help out if someone's coming out. Okay, so let's be aggressive on the blue line, but smart. We have to be smart but aggressive. And we're going to hold pucks in. We're going to get turnovers. They're going to be flustered, and we're going to put pucks in the net. Okay, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.